with something that we hope you will find a little educational for some of you. As you can see, we are a little in the dark. That is deliberate, nothing has gone wrong. And there is a good reason for that, which we were going to look at very shortly.
Yeah, because today's coffee break will feature some of the basic lighting, and so it will be even more useful for your next meetings, which you can have most likely online. So your customers, which you will probably meet online, will get a very good impression from the first moment they see you live when you are with them in a web meeting.
So since we started these coffee breaks almost 1 year ago, a lot of our customers have been in contact asking us how we actually create these streams technically. And not just from a lighting perspective, but also the camera, the video, the networking equipment behind the scenes, and also the software driving that to make it all come together. So this week, we're actually going to not focus on the products themselves so much, but we're going to look at how they're used together, how they work together to actually create live streams such as this.
Yeah, well, we're sitting here in our little studio in Kerkrade, center of Europe, in our European headquarters. And you can sit back and relax and let us know where you are based right now. So send us a comment, get in touch with us, send us some questions, have a coffee with us, or let us even know what kind of coffee you are drinking. So enjoy, sit back, relax, and cheers.
Cheers. And it's going to be a very topical stream today. In the current times, we've all had to adapt to communicating with customers virtually and using these kind of streaming platforms. So whether it's online trade shows or even our own coffee break series, we've all had to embrace this new way of working as we wait for things to get back to normal. And then once again, we are happy to entertain you in our showroom, in our trade show stands, or even better, by doing personal demonstrations, shootouts, or open days at your offices or your warehouse.
And we assume that most of you are sitting right now behind your computer screens, and that you maybe already had an online meeting this morning, or maybe you will have an online meeting later on today. So the lighting or the look you see here might look familiar to you.
So today it already looks different, as you can see. We thought we'd start with just one light out front, or rather a less than perfect lighting solution. And we're going to add in more fixtures as the stream goes along to show you how to properly populate and illuminate a scene with perfect, even, bright light. And you've probably seen our streams before. You'll be aware of how much we talk about a high lumens with a quality selection, careful quality selection of a quality LED, but also accurate color temperature. Of course, we always talk about high CRIs, but generally about the impressive color rendering across the entire spectral range.
And today, though, we are using all the same fixtures which we had covered in our previous coffee breaks. So all the details you need to know about the lights we're using today, you will find when you click through the previous coffee breaks. We have them all listed below this stream on Facebook, so you can really take a look at the details we have covered for you in the previous coffee breaks, and check them out. Let us know whenever you have questions, and interact with us anytime you want. Feel free to get in touch with us.
So as you can see, we are actually starting with a bad example. So this is just one KL panel out front. I think we have a second camera feed just to show you that working in action there. But of course, the scene looks bad. It looks dark. We've got bad shadows, and it's generally an unwelcoming look. But of course, this is how a lot of Zoom or even YouTube streamers operate. They just have one light. So we want to show today how that can actually be improved. And it can be easy too, with just a few careful steps and a bit of attention to how the fixtures are located. You can really make your live streams look professional and welcoming.
So let's check out the options we have.
So next, we can bring up a Fresnel from either side of us. So again, you can see it sort of looks bad. We've only really got one side of our face illuminated.
Yeah, it looks a little bit dramatic and theatrical, which is nice though, but certainly not what we want to have when we go for live streams, because from each side of the face, just a little bit of light and a little bit of shadow, that doesn't look nice.
True. And next, we can try a couple of Fresnels that are actually above us. So these are dialed down KL Fresnel 8 FCs. So this time, of course, the shadows are there again, but they've actually moved position, of course. So ceiling lighting doesn't necessarily help us.
I mean, it looks nice, and of course, again, it's some kind of a theatrical look, and in certain situations, you want it when you are on stage, But again, here for our streaming environment, that's certainly something else. So how do we fix to get the warm and even look which we need right now?
So for our live streams, we naturally adopt the fundamental principles of three-point lighting. So we start with a key light out front, such as this. It's typically a bright fixture, and it hits us at an angle rather than directly on. So for this example today, we're using a couple of Artiste Picassos out front. So at 23,000 lumens, they have more than enough horsepower to do this job. If anything, we usually actually have to dial down that intensity, which we are doing right now.
Exactly. And by the way, most of our moving heads have a variable color temperature, so you can use them for those kind of situations. Just check out our website to get further information or send us an email and we will be helping you for the right choice in that situation.
So yes, out front we have those Picassos, so they're tuned to a color temperature of 3000 Kelvin. But they are also zoomed in a little bit as well. We want to eradicate as much spill at the sides as we can. And of course, the units have a framing shutter system that you can precisely use to eradicate more spill using the beam and the focus. And you can shutter off unnecessary spill. So this is really your starting point, but as you can see, it's not quite enough. The shadows on our faces and the shadows behind don't look so great on camera. It looks a little amateurish, maybe a little lazy.
Well, instead of that Picassos, you could also use one of our KL Fresnel 8 FCs with their Color 5 engine, because they also have a variable color temperature, or the KL 8 FC, which you can see here in the picture, or the KL 8, which has a 3000 Kelvin warm color temperature itself. So both of them have enough brightness to really be used as a key light.
So now we can actually move forward and add in some fill lights. So their job is to fill in extra light from the sides to reduce any shaded parts on our faces or our bodies and remove those shadows. So the fill light should be at intensity much less than your key lights out front. But it's really just enough to take those dark sections away. So for example, on our fill lights here, we're running these at about 30% today.
Yeah, and the fill lights we are using, are the KL6FC with their color temperature of 3000 Kelvin. And so they are matching perfectly the Picassos, which we use as key lights. So we have the same color temperature for both lights from all directions.
And of course, it has a manual zoom and included barn doors. So that allows you to shape and shutter the beam for each person as well, really. And it's even easier done. We've got them on floor stands down here, and we can just tweak them within seconds just to adjust the scene.
But there's still something missing because it looks a little bit 2D. It looks pretty flat. So there should be more added to make the scene look perfect.
So yes, now we can add in some backlights. So these help to give the subject a bit more definition and separation from the background. And it really starts to give us more of a three-dimensional look. So we're using a KL Fresnel 4 on each of us, and even at 50 watts, they give us more than enough lumens for the task, and crucially, their small size allows us to actually rig them in an already populated truss up above, so don't forget that compact nature can sometimes be a benefit. So with those background lights added, you can already see that the scene is getting much better.
Yeah, and it's just a little bit of light which we're adding here, and again at a color temperature of 3000 Kelvin, but this little bit of light really makes the difference here because it's a very important aspect of professional lighting.
So that is the three-point lighting complete. So you could leave it there. That's going to be enough for a lot of people. But here we like the background and the stage to be a little more populated with light to help remove shadows, mostly from the fixtures behind us and other things hanging. So we're going to add a few in extras. So for this, we can add that vastly dimmed down KL panel that we've seen earlier. So that's an image of the panel right there. So let's just add in this one, and then we can also add in one above us as well. So you can see that just subtly populates the background a little more.
Yeah, so it just brings everything a little bit higher in the lighting, and it gives a little bit of brilliance to the picture. But to sum it all up, we just need 3 basic lights to do a perfect lighting for your next stream at home or for your stream in a professional environment. And yeah, to make those streams look really good, it's just 3 light and nothing more.
And finally, so we've correctly illuminated the people. We've tried to make the stage and the background look a little nice. So now we can actually add in some eye candy. And this helps to liven the scene and really create a nice, warm, welcoming, interesting, subtle look, and adds a little bit more animation to the overall performance or the stream.
And that can be done by any LED tape or by any little par can which has colors in it. So it can be either our 6-bar or our 6-par series, and you find all the information also on these products on our website, elationlighting.eu or elationlighting.com, or you just send us an email, like I mentioned before, and we will help you right away to find the right products for your next streaming at home or in a professional environment.
So I'm not seeing any questions coming in, and that's almost it for today. We've really enjoyed trying to make this stream hopefully helpful and educational for you, a break from our usual streams where we really just focus on products. So we'd actually like to bring this stream back again. So if there's anything educational you would like us to cover, please leave comments below, and we will take it on board and see what we can come up with.
Yeah, and last but not least, we will probably take down again those steps and go back to the beginning so you can really see how we built up the entire scene. And that's what it looked like in the beginning. So pretty pale, pretty boring actually, and pretty dark, because it looks like we're ghosts or something like this. And then we bring in...
So we bring in our key lights again, of course. Then we add in our fill lights. We add in our background, and we can also just add in some extra stuff to populate the stage. And then finally, of course, we bring in that eye candy again, and really it's created the complete look.
So it's a bit of a work you have to do, and you have to find the right positions. But of course, if you did it once, it becomes much easier. And for those of you who are professionals, you know those information, of course. But we thought we need to bring those informations to you at home as well, because sometimes it makes a big difference if you talk to a customer during a live stream, and the customer right away gets the impression, wow, these guys even look good or look well illuminated when they have a live stream with me. And we believe that brings a very good impression to your first contact with a new potential customer when you do Zoom or web meetings out there in your daily work.
Exactly. So we hope those tips and tricks have been useful for you. And I think, yep, that's it for today. There's no questions coming in. So it's a goodbye from me, and we'll see you again in 3 weeks for another stream.
Thank you so much for being with us, and thanks for the guys who have been with us from the beginning. It's coffee break number 19, and we're looking forward. We're looking forward to do number 20 with you guys as well, and invite your friends and whoever you want to bring to the coffee break community. We would be happy to see you again, and take care out there.
Indeed. See you soon, guys.
See you soon. Bye-bye.